Hello. Hi, Alice, everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Um, and you are one of my treasures if you are joining me here. Um, as always, we'll be on a couple hours, like 2 to 3. Um, I do want to say happy 4th to everybody. Remember, as I did wear my red shirt today, as I stated I would, which stands for Remember Everyone Deployed. We have to think of all our servicemen and women in uniform that are deployed. Also, think of our local first responders that are working at this time to take care of all of us, including firemen, police officers, and paramedics. I was once a medic, and um, we would have to work these days. I also worked in the emergency room as a nurse. So um, today I kind of did a red, white, and blue theme with my makeup and my apparel. As always, like I said, I wore my Remember Everyone Deployed shirt, red. I did my red lipstick. I did do some blue eyeshadow on top of it, like some a white stencil with stars um, that kind of exaggeratedly goes up the side of the face. I just thought that would be cool to. I ordered some eye makeup stencils the other day, and they had one with stars, and I thought it would be cool for today to wear it. So I hope all of you like it. I know my eyeshadow is a little bit exaggerated, but kind of took it up over um, the stars there, so I could just kind of give it a little bit of a look. Today it might be a little more of an drag queen kind of makeup look, but sometimes you gotta have some fun. So today our big theme will be, of course, our Independence Day. Hey, former TSTV, how are you doing? You're on with Jules. Of course, Alice is in here. She's one of my regulars. Former is too. The only person that hasn't jumped in is Lena, but everyone is welcome to join me in here on my channel. As you can see right down there, um, my name is Jules. All of my subscribers and visitors are considered my treasures. Also, we call my channel Area 5P1. I'm big into the alien theme, as you can see in my house. We got a planet like Saturn, a flying saucer, and we got the moon with a star along on there. Also, the 5 T's have to do with the 5 T's of my channel. The 5 T's are we talk about transition, as I am a 54-year-old transgender woman. And Alice, I forgot to say happy birthday. Happy birthday, Alice. We talk about triathlon, we talk about training, and we talk about trends and tips. Yes, former, they are real. I really, honestly believe in them. I believe I saw one when I still lived out in Florida. Um, and, I'm not afraid to admit it. Hey, Lena, I was just waiting. I just mentioned to you a little bit ago. I'm surprised I hadn't seen you. I did say happy birthday to Alice on here. Haven't seen her here yet. Um, Tomorrow I will wear the dress I told you. Um, yeah, we could do it tomorrow. Tomorrow I do have to go out and run some errands, but maybe I can even do it in that dress. Um, Today I just wanted to wear my red t-shirt. Um, oh yeah, I totally believe it. Former, I'm big into the alien thing. Uh, that's why I decorate my house with it. I have a rug down here. It has aliens on it. I have an alien blanket. I have alien pajamas. I have an elf doll right there. I'm big into Star Wars. I'm totally into it. I believe in it. So yeah, I even saw, yeah, former one time I saw something that looked kind of weird in the sky. It was very, very fast, triangular, a lot like many of the UFOs that have been reported. I did what I did is I told my friend, my RN at work, and she told me she had seen one in the past. So that's why I told her. And I said, okay, my friend, why don't you draw yours? I'll draw mine. And I think she saw hers in Colorado. I saw mine in Florida, and we both saw the same thing. So they're real. Honestly, they're real. So those who don't want to believe, I know Lena does believe. So Lena, what do you think? I got the stars here. I know my eyeshadow looks a little exaggerated, but kind of had to because I wanted to follow the star pattern up my um, up towards my uh, just past my eyes, and I think it looks better on this side because of my stars tinsel. So it kind of goes with my headband, and then got my red T-shirt. Um, so kind of went full force. Yeah, it might have been, but me and her drew complete. I was in Florida when I saw it, and she said she saw hers when she still um, lived in Colorado. So it seemed, you know, kind of different. Yeah, I also did my nails last night after the chat. I just went with silver glitter. So I'm gonna start doing my nails or painting them every weekend. I need some color ideas. So Lena, throw out some color ideas because you notice my red one ran out. So I mainly have this glittery one, which I did kind of a layer pattern. I did the silver gray with a little bit of glitter. Then I had this white or clear one with orange hearts. Um, and this glitter one with stars on it. Go for it if you want to try that. I know, try it again because I am using StreamYard today, which is not, it does link to YouTube, but I don't know. Just tell me if you continue to. How about you, former? Are you hearing me okay? Oh, I'm still okay. Thank you, former. Thank you for telling me that. I did turn down, I tried to turn, I think I did turn down the volume on my speaker so it doesn't echo too much. It does, make sure to tell me. Um, yeah, Lena, I'm just learning nails. I've done them for the last 2 weeks. Um, like last week, I had the red on. So I'm gonna start doing them every weekend. I may get some press-ons for next. Well, I've got a big old container here of press-ons a friend gave me, and I actually have black press-ons in there that you might like when we can do the whole goth look. Um, maybe today that I'm out, I'll get some like some nail glue. So what's everybody doing for the 4th today? Or is everybody going to the fireworks display, staying home? I'm probably staying home. I don't know, the big locations to watch fireworks here in Albuquerque yet. So I'd have to check into it. Yeah, barbecue sounds good. I ordered Chinese a couple hours ago. It got here real quick. I ordered it through Uber Eats. Uber Eats had thrown me a coupon at for 40 or $20 off my next 2 deliveries. So hey, what was it, like a $32 delivery ended up being, after tip and everything, like $16. It's Chinese, so actually they gave me a big serving. I got sweet and sour chicken. I got fried shrimp. I got some crab rangoons. They gave me an egg roll with my meal, but I ordered an extra, and then I got fried rice. So it was all good. Oops, sorry, I hit the desk. I'm trying to detangle my hair here. In the back, it was a little tangled up. I'm surprised, because it looks like Alice had been on here right before I logged in, but she hasn't said anything. She's quiet today. She's being like Lena usually is. Lena, is your reception getting any better? I bet you this is Alice. Oh no. It wasn't her. Surprised, like I said, I'm surprised. Good, Lena. I'm glad to hear it. I don't know. I don't know what it can be. I did have to go back and do some setting adjustments because my camera was being, I don't know what's been like going on with my computer and the something with the camera. I don't know. It was defaulted to the USB camera, not the, like I said, I'm using my laptop as like the CPU, and for some reason it is lagging and keeping it on. So every day I have to go into the settings, set it as my default, and then go from there. So just like welcome to the stream. You want to talk about your 4th, what your plans are. I'm probably just going to stay in. Like I said, I did order some Chinese earlier, well, right before I was already doing my makeup. And and then, they arrived. It was kind of funny because I was halfway, I had like done my foundation. I had already put my shirt on, and I had my breastplate on underneath. I had taken off my usual earrings that I have to keep the holes open, but I hadn't put on the hoops. And then, this the delivery guy shows up knocking at the door. Um, no wig on yet, none of my makeup, and I was like, "Oh, great! How am I gonna open this?" I just had to kind of open the door and stand behind it. So it's kind of funny. Hello, welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Remember, whenever you're on my channel, you're one of my treasures. Um, so feel free to jump into the chat box, chat about anything. Today we are talking obviously about Independence Day. We are just talking that we need to remember all our servicemen and women, remember especially everyone that is deployed. We always think about red, remember everyone deployed. Also think about the veterans that did serve our country. Uh, I'm big, and I really learned this example from a friend of mine that used to work in the ER with me. He would almost drop everything he was doing when he would see a veteran. And usually the way you can spot veterans, especially from the Vietnam era, and hey Nick, how's it going? Happy 4th. Yes. I was just talking about to make sure if you're in the store outside and you see servicemen or women, one, whether they're in uniform, they're active duty, they're a veteran. Um, a lot of veterans tend to wear hats from where they served, so it may say, our, Operation Desert Storm, Operation Desert Shield, or they may have. Now, sometimes you got to worry about someone that just wears a branch of the military, like myself. I do have Air Force hats because my father, my niece's husband, another niece of mine, and have served in the Air Force. I know lots of people that served in the Air Force. I have family that served in the Air Force. I do. One of the Air Force hats I have was my dad's. The other one I bought it because it's really nice. It's white, so I like to honor my dad that way. Um, so just remember, like I said, whenever you see them in the store, whatever, walk up and thank them for their service. I had Right, and I have a stepson that was in the Navy, that is in the Navy right now. He's active duty. So, like, also let's think about everyone that is deployed. So remember, everyone deployed, um, they, they're out there serving us. We may not know where they're at because some of them may be running missions that we don't know about. And let's just think about all our active duty people. So if you see them out in uniform, walk up, shake their hands, say thank you for your service. Um, I'm lucky that I work at the VA every day. I see patients, every single one. I thank them for what they've done. If I talk to them on the phone, same thing. I'm big on that. So one of the big things is Lena has it here too. She says, be safe tonight. we'll go to, many of us will go to barbecues, we'll hang out, and some of us will like, I haven't, I did have a drink recently, but I only had like one margarita. Um, when I traveled to San Diego. Um, but if you do have a few drinks, be careful. One, with driving. So if you feel like you've had one too many, please feel free to call an Uber. Sometimes they have special programs where they'll give you a discount, or a cab. Same thing. Sometimes they team up with towing companies and will tow your car for free if you feel like you want to be safe. Uh, Also, um, a big thing is, also be careful if in your state you can use fireworks. Please be safe with fireworks. If you've had one too many, please be careful, because fireworks are explosives. They are low explosives, but still they're explosives, and some of them can be have a lot of powder in them and can hurt someone seriously. Um, I've seen people be sloppy with them and be lucky. But yet I've seen injuries. Thank you, Lena. I like to give a heads up to everybody, um, about safety. And many times on holidays, people, uh, you know, may, I don't want to say slip up. They just, do things that may, not necessarily. I still need to make some friends here in Albuquerque. Um, I haven't met up with anybody. I know there is someone on YouTube that uh, is from the area. I just haven't met up with her. She's also trans. Um, but I've talked to her. I have her on my Instagram. No, on my Snapchat. And I don't know, we've never met up in person. I've been here 6 months now. I've been watching her YouTube channel for like 2, 3 years now. How about yourself? Are you doing anything special, Lena? About the only thing I've already done is got my Chinese food. I had plenty left over for tonight. Um, so, it's what a wonderful $20 off coupon of a Uber Eats does. Uh, so it's practically free for the meal, but the delivery fees and tip uh, is where they get you. I still have another $20 coupon, but it has to be used in the next like 7 or 8 hours. Um, I'm tempted to order a pizza and then just put the leftovers aside for the next couple of days. I don't know. So I've continued. Hopefully, I'm going to start my work on my videos about high demand religions, um, and and cults. Um, I'm going to focus a lot on the Mormon faith because I did become a member of the church, and I want to talk about. Have a good one, Nick. Enjoy yourself. Like I said, be careful. Um, so enjoy your fourth. If anybody in your family has served, please tell them thank you for your service. So Lena, I'm thinking, like I said, do my black dress tomorrow with the all the you know neon colors, and then add the the black. Oh, that's cool. That sounds like fun. Yeah, I may try to find out what where they do fireworks here in Albuquerque. And maybe I don't know, go check them out. Um, it's kind of hot right now during the day, so I'd have to go out a little later. Person I talked to earlier, and she communicates via email a lot of Alice, and I'm surprised she's not here because it looked like she was here right before 1:30, and she's not. I'm surprised. Okay, so being a holiday, let's talk a little bit. I'm going to talk about our next goal on the channel. I may do a video after the stream about it. Our next goal, we've hit 125 subs right now, which is, we're about halfway to my next goal. So my next goal is 255. So after 3 more subscribers, we would be halfway. So, which would ultimately be, all halfway to my ultimate goal, and just to start off with, and then from there, I feel the channel would proliferate on its own. My next goal is 255. And at 255, I want to do another giveaway. And actually, I have it right behind me. I'm going to go get it. Okay, so when we hit 255, I'm going to do a little giveaway. This is a 3-day bag with an IFAC. And basically, this will be filled up with first aid equipment, as I usually do. I will probably throw a few things into the backpack, like Mylar blankets, stuff like that. If you'd be willing to wait, I could get you some. I can get Air Force camouflage because I'm in the big Air Force city, and I could get surplus Air Force camouflage really easy. I can go to Goodwill and get it for an inexpensive price. But when we hit 255, this will be full of first aid equipment. And that's a 3-day bag, or you can use it as a backpack for camping. As you can see, it does have a MOLLE system. So the first aid kit can attach to it. So at 255, we will give away a small MOLLE backpack. You can use it as a 72-hour bag. That one's in brand new condition, never been used. I had it for a little bit as a 3-day bag, ready for, I think I used it last. It never got used for hurricane season. It did have equipment in it, but it never, never bugged out. So it wasn't really used for that. So if you want it, let's get some people to get up to 255, 130 more people, and we'll make it there. And in the last week, we got to 125. Now, I can also include, since we also talk about transition here, I have an extra. I can do 2 giveaways. So I can draw 2 names. The first name will get the backpack. And if anybody's interested, I have a brand new Trans Lives Matter t-shirt. I can always give that away. See, it's silky package. I believe it is an extra large or a large. I have to look at the tag. This was from, I bought it at a liquidator store. I have one of my own already, so I have another one. And I can probably get more. They had a boatload of them. Not unless for Pride Week or Pride Month, a lot of them got sold. Also, we can, I'm working on getting merch made. Merch I will make once we hit 500 subscribers. So we can, just kind of start, growing the channel, and making it known so people that are fans here can have their jewels, treasures, t-shirts. I'm thinking of doing t-shirts, hoodies, and maybe some kind of tumbler. Let's check if this is Alice. No, it was just a Temu ad. Temu is one of my favorite places to shop. I know I get a lot of critics for it, but I get good deals and good stuff. So I'll continue to shop there. So hello everyone, welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Just remember, we always talk the 5 T's here: transition, triathlon, training and tips. Laying up for you tomorrow, my outfit will be a black dress with the fluorescent, like pride colors, basically. I'm gonna do the black lipstick, and then I'm gonna see if I can do some like, I'm gonna throw on one of my a little more mild eyeshadow patterns and try to do them the matching colors to my dress, and then do some. I like the eyeliner I'm wearing today. You can actually notice it. So we'll go, with something like that. Um, my eyeshadow today is very exaggerated. Has to do with the. I think you can notice it more on this side. I use a little stencil I had with, and I used it with more eyeshadow, and on that stencil it is white. I did white stars, so I have the blue with white stars to match my headband. So, and then, of course, I have a red lipstick, so I've got the red, white, and blue to celebrate our nation's birthday. Remember, like I said earlier, remember everyone deployed. I do want to thank, all my regulars here, which are Lena. Earlier, Alice put a comment in here. Nick's been in here. Former TSTV's been in here. Those are all regular subscribers. They're join me at least once a day, and for a little bit. And I thank everybody. Remember, if you are new here, feel free to hit a like, comment. If you are listening to the chat and want to chat, feel free to go down in the chat box, ask any questions. Like I said, the 5 topics, and you can ask any questions on those topics. If I don't have the answer, I will find the answer for you. If it has to do with transition, if you are transitioning from male to female or female to male, I can try to find the answer. If I don't know the answer right off the top of my head, I will try to check the resources at work. I am a nurse for the Department of Veterans Affairs, and I can say I've had patients that are transitioning, and therefore the VA does have resources for the veterans, and I'm sure there's handouts there. I know during Pride Month we do a lot of they do a lot of conferences about transition. So it is I've got resources I can access for anybody that needs anything, that needs basically talk about transitioning. I really, really care about all of you, all of my treasures. As also another thing that I do want to start addressing, I have a series I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about my time that I joined. I've actually spent 20 years, 30 years now in the Mormon Church. And I have not, it took me a little bit of time. About 3-4 years ago, I realized that it was no longer for me. It doesn't have to do just with transitioning. It was even before I realized I was, I had gender dysphoria, or even being a member of any part of the LGBTQ community. I had realized that there was already something that I noticed about the church that was no longer for me. So it's what I would call the church a high demand religion. We're also going to use a specific model called the BITE model, and we can compare it to other cults, what they use to classify religions as cults. And we'll see how it lands in there. I just ordered a book, and I call it the Rookie Manual for Mormons. When I joined the church, second hour is a Sunday school, and they use this book, and it actually made it very easy to learn about the history of the church. A lot of different things about it. Like I said, the history, what you should follow, the principles. So it's called Gospel Principles, as they consider um, the church considers the Book of Mormon the new and restored gospel. And I may purchase other books to go along with it and show their beliefs. And some of the things I started, even from the very beginning, there were certain things that I noticed that some people were almost programmed, and it was like even my first session of church, I went to what's called a fasting testimony. And if you watch my channel, I've already talked about this. People fast for 2 meals, and then what those 2 meals would be worth. So say you spend $10 a meal, you would donate to the church fund for fasting, and it goes to a fund to help with the church's welfare fund. That welfare fund actually, they say it funds what's called the bishop's storehouse. The bishop's storehouse are these ranches that have cattle. They have places where they farm different vegetables, crops, and then they also have canneries. And then what they'll do is make their own products that are canned. And then whenever there's a member that needs assistance with, like, say one of the members of that family loses their job, then you can go and ask for help. The first thing they do help with is food, because that means they don't have to spend money at the grocery store. They can just go to the bishop's storehouse. That's if they have a bishop's storehouse in your area. If not, the bishop's storehouse delivers. So like where I lived in Florida, they didn't have an actual supermarket. They would actually bring it down in this big refrigerated truck. They would bring everything and tell you some of the stuff that they brought actually had very, very, very good flavor. And actually, this is one of the big, I'll say, is one of the very nice things I do see about the church. I'm not just going to give all these negative comments about them, but they are very, very helpful to their members that need assistance. They have their own welfare system, but the fraction of what they spend on members is not compared to the billions of dollars that they do have in investments. And recently heard that if they were to take and keep growing, I think in the next, like 2030, it will be $1 trillion worth organization. They are bigger than Wells Fargo as far as investments and value, bigger than Shell Oil. So it'll be an interesting, conversation to have, or even interesting series. I'm doing this just because I want to take it from a convert's point of view to, to many of the people. One, if you're thinking of converting, I just kind of want to give you my side of things, how it went as I converted. Two, I want to, tell you how it was as I converted, then my time in the church, and why I left. So it's kind of like a during and post. I know I've already gotten at least one person trolling me, and I know it's going to happen a lot because a lot of people jump in to defend the church, and I got one person saying that I wasn't faithful from the very beginning. And I will tell you, I did follow the faith as good as I could. Like I said at the very beginning, one of the things that got me was the fasting testimony meeting. People go up and give their testimonies that day, and I was never explained that. And to me, it sounded very cultish the way people walked up and just, it was like each person said the same words in a different fashion. So and it's like it's like a testimony. You know, when you go to court and they ask like the different witnesses the same thing, that yeah, they might all add up to the same thing, but each one's going to say it in their own way, and it's going to be looked at in each person's way. Each of these, but there were certain things that they all said that were basically the same. So I found it very, very interesting. My friend said that's probably not the first meeting I should have gone to, but I continued taking the missionaries lessons, and and eventually got baptized, and I grew in the faith. I've had callings. I followed my callings, and to the T, and um, try to do, be my best. And but eventually, I just discovered it was not for me. Also, there are other things that they say, um, you're gonna, know certain things are true, and you actually start figuring out that it's kind of a programming. I still to this day remember that um, after what I said, I saw this one meeting where people kept saying the same thing. Eventually, that got ingrained in my head, because every first Sunday of the month they would do that type of meeting, and eventually these things get embedded in your head, and you start believing them, and you'll repeat those words. So it's one of the things I want to talk about. Um, the manual or book I'm waiting for. I'll also probably download the Book of Mormon app, or it'll have what they call the standard works by the church. And the standard works are the New Testament, Old Testament, Book of Mormon, which is another testament of Jesus Christ. So it's like having the Old Testament, New Testament, and then the Third Testament. I don't know if that's what you want to call it. Then there's what they call Doctrine and Covenants. Doctrine and Covenants is basically a book written of new kind of revelation that's been given to prophets of the church. I don't know who was the last one that received a revelation that went in there. I don't know if it was Joseph Smith, but it's over 100 different chapters. So, and also there's what they call Joseph Smith history, the Book of Abraham, which has now been said to not be true. The church has said that the papyri that Joseph Smith received to, you know, to translate the Book of Abraham was not, that's not what it was. So, we're gonna dive into that, and also dive into different parts of Mormon history that I had heard about before, and it and slowly now little things about this are coming out. And nowadays with the internet growing, the social media, YouTube, even the use of websites or apps such as Netflix or Hulu, stuff like that. Different documentaries are coming out that are starting to be very, very interesting. One of the first ones I found out about, it was about what they call a gentleman named Mark Hoffman. Mark Hoffman was a forger. He had actually been a member of the church, went on a 2-year mission, but had doubts in his beliefs, and then started doing forgeries, and did a lot of not just regular forgeries, but not just church forgeries, but regular forgeries that people would buy, and documents from history, and people would buy them, and a lot of them started aiming towards the church, and it started being like uh, you know claiming ideas that instead of Justice Smith uh, seeing an angel, that he was treasure digging and was bitten by a white salamander 3 times, and so it would throw off the whole discussion of the angel of Moroni, and so the church paid lots of money for that letter. There were several letters that I just learned recently that this gentleman had forged, and the church paid money for them. Then when they stopped, you know, there were also he was also getting collections of other stuff, and he was really good at just getting certain collections. And they started suspecting wrongdoing. He started planting bombs in people's houses, cars, and his third bomb, I believe, failed to get to the person he wanted, and actually exploded while he was getting back into his car. So kind of threw the suspicion away from him, but they still suspected him. So it was an interesting story. So I'm going to kind of get into that one. We can talk about a few offshoot branches, what happened, because the church did practice polygamy at the beginning, but we can talk about why they stopped. But yet, many people still did after the manifesto. So, and then all the offshoot branches, which I may not get a lot into the offshoot branches because I'm going to talk about the mainstream church, which I was a member of. Yes, Lena, what I'm going to do as soon as I get that manual, and it should be here sooner than they say. They say it'll be here by the 17th, the earliest, because I don't have Amazon Prime, but what I did is I ordered it. They can send it snail mail, but it's coming from Arizona to New Mexico. It's one 4 corner states, so even snail mail, it should come. It should be here soon. Well, today mail's not moving, so but I figure it should probably be here by the end of the week. And I'm gonna break that book down first, lesson by lesson. I will. I think it'll be interesting. We can do like a lesson a week, usually like they do in a church, and look at it from, like I said, from a convert's point of view, because it'll be interesting, because it'll be from my point of view that I had when I showed up. And actually, it was pretty interesting because the first week I took a class, I went to that class. They were talking about what's called the word of wisdom. It's also considered the Lord's law of health. So at that time, I was in nursing school. So it caught my attention because it was the Lord's law of health. And what was I studying? Health and being preventative, and making people better. So it interested me and it caught my attention. And a lot of the things when I joined were about things that caught my attention because of things that were happening in my life. I don't know if it was a big thing that, like I said, I was in nursing school, and the first day I went to Sunday school was about health. The day I learned a little bit about the word of wisdom was I'd gone out with someone the night before. We had some drinks, came back to my place, and things were going from one place to another. Of course, she was a married woman, and I stopped, said, I can't. One, it kind of would have been weird because I was a swim coach and she was one of the swim mothers. So, and she was a married woman, so it would have been adultery. On my end, it would have just been fornication. On her end, it would have been adultery. So, it 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 just, to me, it was like, oh no, I can't. And so therefore I stopped myself, caught myself in the middle of what I was doing, and just, she decided to go home. And I just, the next day I had a lesson with the missionaries. My friend was bringing me into the church, came over. I cooked dinner, for the missionaries. They were there for a while, and they gave a lesson on the commandments. Lo and behold, the first one that popped up was adultery, and the second thing they talked about was the word of wisdom, which is no tobacco use, no alcohol, no use of drugs. And so therefore, it kind of spoke to me. So I don't know if things were popping up coincidentally, or I was just looking for things talking to me. I'm not sure. But we're gonna, talk about those little instances, and just show, how certain things may, just be coincidence. And we're going to look at science. We're going to look at what the church believes, or even maybe throw in other faiths. As I grew up Catholic, then joined the Mormon Church. Hello and welcome to the stream. See, we just got another person jump in here. You're on my channel. You're on with Jules. Whenever you're on my channel, you are one of my treasures. And you are in Area 5T1, where we talk about transition, triathlon. Got the triathlon and they left. So that's, basically what I'm going to review. If you have ever been a member or investigated anything that you feel is high demand religion, or something that makes feels almost cultish, feel free to send me a chat down in the chat box, or on the video when I'm done with this live stream. Feel free to leave a comment. I do want, on this streaming platform, I can actually do a live stream with up to 6 people. So that would be 5 other people and besides me, and we can all talk about any type of high demand religion that we are leaving, have left. So I really want to gather a group of people to talk about that, and our reasons for leaving, our, what our beliefs were, see if we have, our faiths had anything in common, things that were different, any strange beliefs. I'm going to break down a lot of the church, like, certain things that eventually came my way, like after being baptized and receiving the Holy Ghost, and ordinances I found out about later, like going to the temple, receiving my endowment, being sealed to my wife at the time, my ex-wife, and then now what it would take for, basically really receive an annulment of our temple marriage, things like that. I gotta resign from the church in itself. So, and also I will work on if you are a member of the LDS Church and are leaving, and if you want a template to the church, I'm gonna see about getting templates on my channel, and and putting a link to different templates, so you can go on there and you can resign. The best thing I hear is if you're going to resign from the church, do get a letter, a template, get it notarized, and send it straight to Salt Lake City. Do not send it to your local authorities, as if you send it to the local bishop or state president, you're going to have a knock at the door, because first the missionaries will show up, or then you're going to get authority like the church, like the bishop or your priesthood leaders, trying to get you back to church and see why you're leaving. And for example, with me, since I am transitioning, they would try to get me there and get in some kind of reconciliation process and try to send me to, I think it's North Star, which is their current conversion therapy camp, try to make me straight and cisgender, which I am not. I know, and I can have my feelings that I am a transgender woman, and I like women, so I am a trans woman, and I am a lesbian. So, they will never, they can't change that for me. That is fine, Lena. I love you on here. Remember, I was going to try to make my stream a couple hours long, so, reboot that phone, and I will be here. There's someone else in here that's been kind of quiet. I don't know who it is, but maybe it's someone that's just listening in on things. So everyone, if anyone that is in here at this time, I'd like to welcome you to my stream. My name is Jules. Whenever you are on my channel, you are one of my treasures, and you are in area 5T1. So yeah, Lena, I plan at least doing 2 hours here, because sometimes if like I start ending, like see we're at 1 hour, and as soon as I'm going to log off, people start logging back in. Even at 2 hours, I start logging off, and then people start logging in. I think they just start, get like going through the channels, and then next thing you know, oh, look, Jules is on. Hopefully we can start growing big enough to where right when I log in, boom, we start getting people. So hello everyone, welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Remember, you are one of my treasures when you are in here in Area 5T1. Remember, we talked about the 5 T's, transition, triathlon, training, trends and tips. Trends and tips and training can be about anything. Since I do talk about triathlon, I may talk about training for triathlon. I may talk about training like survival skills for disaster preparedness. I'm not going to say I'm a super expert at it, but I have gone through 6 major hurricanes. Once again, talking about being a member of the Mormon Church, which I'm currently leaving. One of the big things I think that is a positive about them is they do teach to be prepared. They teach you to have start off by building a 72-hour kit for each member of the family. Then they teach you to build a 1 week worth of food for the family, and slowly build up to month's worth, then 3 months, and then build up to a year's worth. The church actually has uh, canning events where everybody gets together and cans food that are survival food. And I certainly had friends when I was in the church, and you'd go to their house, and every cabinet that was extra space was filled with food storage. And many of them will also be prepared with I will tell you there are some that do have a small armory. So if you ever meet one and they have a small you know, armory of many weapons, I wouldn't be surprised. So I helped a friend move one time, and I was shocked at how much he had. Yet he was also a gunsmith and would build it himself. And he did. I did get a couple firearms from him, that were perfectly legal, but yeah, he built them custom made for me. Hello and welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Remember, you are one of my treasures, and you are in Area 521. Feel free to join in on the chat down below over here. Today, we can talk about anything. We can talk about your holiday. I got a 4-day weekend thanks to this holiday where we celebrate our independence. Basically from England back in 1776. Basically, we gained our freedom from tyranny, and really a lot of it has to do with that time. It also had to do with religious freedom. And I have also been talking about my old faith. I was a member of Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I'm currently leaving the church, which is part of our freedom to be able to belong to one, but also leave them, and and we have freedom to believe in what we want. Also, I have stated to remember everyone deployed as we, remember this freedom that we have received. It can be any one of us. Also, let's thank all veterans, service members, and anybody that you see that is working on these holidays, especially our first responders, whether they're police, fire, or EMS, emergency medical services. These people, take their time. They work some long hours. I used to be a medic, and we used to work a 24-hour shift. Then we would get 2 days off. Sometimes we would get mandated overtime, or we would be on call, and you'd still get called in because of sick calls or shortages on staffing. So, these people will sometimes put in a 48-hour shift and hardly get any sleep because sometimes they're running calls all day. One of the big things is, especially on days like this, please do them a favor, and please don't drink and drive. Please don't, if you're doing fireworks, remember they are explosives and they can hurt you, especially if you've been drinking too much. Be very, very careful, or do not use fireworks at that time. I wouldn't want to see any of my treasures injured. Um, it's very, very critical. I was, like I said, I was a road medic and an ER nurse for 13 years. And things happen. I've seen a person, and it was actually someone I knew, and this was like in the middle of Hurricane Wilma, and he had a lot of mortar shells. Um, and thank God he didn't get injured. But every time we were listening to the radio broadcast from the weather service, he would put a mortar shell in the tube, light the fuse, and he was actually holding the mortar shell tube up in the air and then shoot it off from his arm. I know at one point he actually held it up against his chest and let it shoot out. Had that mortar shell not gone out, had it been put in the wrong way, it could have just gone towards his chest and blown up. I remember the first time we used mortar shells, and I was with him. Um, it it was we put it in the wrong way, and that thing just kind of blew the tube apart, and it just exploded on the ground. So they can be dangerous. It's best to go to an organized fireworks display. The people there know what they're doing, and no one gets injured. I have talked about certain topics that we have coming up. Recently, I have a small list here. A couple of um, my subscribers, some of my very loyal subscribers have come up with. So it just reminds me right now, if you do like this channel, please hit a thumbs up, share it, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. As of today, we are at 125 subscribers. So our goal is another 130. So when we hit 255 subscribers, I will be doing another giveaway. I did show it a little earlier. I will be giving away a small 3-day Molly backpack with a red. It's a black one with a red and black IFAC on it. I have done 2 giveaways. The first one was never claimed. It was a red IFAC. The last one hasn't been claimed yet. I did Coyote Brown IFAC, and it also includes the Coyote Brown canteen with its pack. They're all for Molly webbing. The reason I give away stuff like this is I also have a live stream playlist that I used to do every Saturday. I used to do what I used to call a Survival Saturday video. I would talk about different ways to be prepared for any type of emergency. I used to live in Florida, went through 6 major hurricanes, and I just want people to know how to be prepared. And this is something I learned from, and this is one of the good things I actually learned from when I was a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which I am now leaving, which does bring me to another topic I will be talking about, which is leaving the church, and I will be giving a breakdown of its beliefs and system, and why I am leaving. And I will talk about how I got in, my time in, and why I'm leaving. And as I find templates for letters to leave the faith, I will attach them like on my main screen or down in the videos. Many people have templates, and I'm gonna ask if I can use them. They have them on their site, so you can use them. You'll just have to get them notarized. And I would suggest, if you are leaving the faith, please send, if it is the Mormon Church, just send it straight to Salt Lake. Do not send it to your local leaders. Local leaders will come knocking at your door. Another topic we had talked about is tattoos. We all want to talk about what tattoos we would do. That we would have done. I actually want to get this whole arm made into a sleeve. These two I got during the pandemic time. And this one is an arrow because I do like to do archery. When we talk about training, we will talk archery. And then this one is a triathlon tattoo. As you can see, it's got a swimmer, cyclist, and a runner. And it does also have to do with the elements of the earth, which is water, land, and fire. And eventually I want to fill this whole arm up. I do want to do a couple more arrows, like when I hit my first Robin Hood. And then I wanted to get another one made of my grandfather's Robin Hood. I've got two of his that are still around. They're actually at my mom's house, so I'll have to get one of those, or get both of them over here to New Mexico and take them to a tattoo artist so they can draw them up and put them on there. I've also got some other ideas for my upper arm which will fill that up. It'll start from my chest, working all the way to my upper arm, and then just kind of like fill in around the rest of it. Also, one of the other ideas, always we talk trends, and so we talk about different outfits. So like recently, like a couple of days ago, I had a brand new dress on. I believe that was on Tuesday. Brand new dress. It had the phases of the moon. If you go back and look at my Transition Tuesday video, I had that one on. So I will be doing that. As I get new outfits, I may go get a few new outfits tomorrow, actually. I will go down to a little store here where they do, liquidations, and they have a lot of liquidation stuff, and the clothes are very inexpensive. They are like 2 for $5. They're usually Shen merchandise, which tends to be, I've liked it so far, everything I find there. So that'll be included in some of the videos I do. I will, one might be wearing an outfit, then I'll show the others. I also want to start getting some more shoes. I do have like one pair of ankle boots, which I've showed them before, but I need to get them in different colors. I also have some knee-high boots, like latex red boots. Excuse me, I wore those last Sunday. I did a cosplay live stream, so that was the boots I wore there. And then and then it goes back to clothes. And I will show different clothes that I have bought, that I own. And then if you guys have any other suggestions on things that you would like to talk about, feel free, put them in the comments down below. If you're in the live stream, put them in the comments once the live stream is closed. Always share this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are at, let's find out. it still looks like we're at 125 subscribers. So our goal is to make another 130, make it to 255. So this is what will happen. We will do so it'll be a giveaway of a Molly backpack and an IFAC at 255 subscribers. I'll just put that in the comments so people will see that. We, hopefully it'll catch some attention. And we can keep growing the channel. At 510, I don't know, I'll have to come up with something really good. This is a 3-day bag. Maybe I'll get me I'll find a nice large backpack. I like doing practical stuff for giveaways, not just small stuff. So let's figure it out. Let's grow the channel, share the video. So all of us, can continue to enjoy it. Once we grow big enough, I'm going to hopefully be able to do some merch. Also, we can, hopefully get better, bigger chats going at any time on the streams. And, hope we can help the channel grow. And, and help everyone out, as far as what we can do for, making them aware of, LGBTQ, trend, and big on the rights of the trans community. I know there was something I just saw last night on, I think I caught it on CNN or something. There was some blockage of some rights that were given to trans people, and I think they're blocking it. So hopefully we can, really, really find, I think it had to do with insurance, and how, what insurance they would give. I think it had to do with, with what insurance that they would use. I'm just trying to find, if I can find the news. Let's see. I'm just trying to find what it, So okay, so I just found it. I wish I really had two screens because I do have two monitors set up, and but one of them I still can't get it to work. What I am looking for, I was looking for an article about the recent decision uh, on trans rights. Um, so it says that the Biden administration, this is from CNN, an article, and I think it was just yesterday or written yesterday or today. It says the Biden administration cannot enforce new anti-discrimination rules in healthcare for transgender Americans. A federal judge in Mississippi ruled Wednesday, citing a recent landmark Supreme Court case ruling that uh, weakened the power of federal agencies. The preliminary injunction of U.S. District Court Judge Louis Giriola came just 2 days after the new protections were set to take in effect. The George W. Bush appointee said his block on the federal protections will apply nationwide. The new rules unveiled the Department of Health and Human Services earlier this year were meant to bar health providers and insurers receiving federal funding from discriminating against those seeking care on gender identity or sexual orientation. The HH rule restored Obama-era protections for transgender patients, and the Trump administration rolled back against it. But the rules were swiftly met with legal challenges, including from the Republican state attorneys. So that end quote, and let's see. So I will have to look up if this is. I think this is just to certain states. We can right here, the Title VII cases. No, I don't know if it affects every state, but I will check into that. I know I live in New Mexico, and they are very pro LGBTQ. Uh, when I moved here, it they're very protective of our rights. I, you know, when I lived in Florida, uh, all my HRT was stopped, and therefore that was not my choice for moving out here. I had other reasons I moved out here. I had a great job offer, and I took it, and I needed to go somewhere different than Florida. So I came out here. I really enjoyed it. And the big bonus was that you could get HRT, and I could move on with my life, become who I truly am, be my true self, and you know, and just move on. So we will see where all this leads. Hopefully, I don't know if this just has to, you know, just do with certain states. Like I saw something there about Tennessee. I know 2 states had recently been able to approve Medicaid use for, and and I know I did a video on it, and certain state employees use their uh, insurance for themselves and family for transition therapy. Uh, so I know here I use my federal insurance. So I am a federal worker. So no, and see from what I read, in New Mexico it is not affected. New Mexico actually back in 2023 on October 31st said that uh, New Mexico does protect LGBTQ or does not restrict gender affirming care, which is good. It says here, quote, House Bill, this is back in, it said that the House Bill 7 becoming law will protect New Mexico's role as a national example of those seeking reproductive and gender affirming care. House Bill 7 ensures that New Mexicans can receive the full spectrum of healthcare they need to be healthy and thrive. End quote. And like my insurance company does cover my transgender care. They do cover my medications. They, so, and then they cover the care at the center I go to receive my transgender care. They continue to, my medication is, I spend $10 on it monthly, so that's like nothing. To me, I should say it's, some people, but the place I go to does use a sliding scale format. So if people that do not have insurance, I confirmed to this. So if you do live in New Mexico, I am actually gonna put their website in because I am so lucky to have this location, do my trans care, that I would suggest them to anybody. This is where I go seek my hormone replacement therapy. I'm going to throw their name down in the chat box down below. I am very happy with the care they've given me. I've got a very good practitioner. They treat me well. They're LGBTQ friendly, the whole spectrum. You walk in, they have all these pride flags up. It is wonderful. And I would say if you do live in the New Mexico area, they have a clinic in Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Um, if the state you live in is not trans friendly, and I'm not going to say move to New Mexico, but it's always a consideration if you want to move to a trans friendly state. They are very LGBTQ friendly in general. Uh, they Here it's very accepted. Um, People, I think when I looked at the stats, there's a 72. Um, I'll get you the exact number. LGBTQ. So they say that there has been prominent advances here since 1975. Um, okay, so New York's the most. But I remember seeing something where they said it's like above 70% the acceptance rating. They say right here, it does say Las Cruces is very accepting of the LGBTQ community. Um, and I can't find a percentage, but I knew it was up in the 70% tile for people accepting the LGBTQ community here in New Mexico. I It's been nice for me because I have been able to go out here in public. Never, I've never felt like people are staring. Never feel like uh, I've never been clocked. I've never been nervous to go out in public as me, as opposed to like say Florida. It was a whole different story. Even at home I couldn't um, dress as myself. Um, I was I was called out by my ex a lot, and um, was called many different names. So um, so it is nice to be on my own, where I can be myself, be my true self, be the person I am inside, and just you know enjoy myself, and I have my nice little 1 bedroom here. Um, I've got the Sandia Mountains behind me. I can go hiking. In fact, maybe I'll go hiking this weekend. Maybe that's something we can do for Saturdays. Do a video on Saturday. Go hiking. That would be something different. Uh, I can throw on my hiking boots. My hiking gear, and then just go up. I was just reading something or watching a video before starting mine here on YouTube. Excuse me, I just needed to look good for my jewels or my treasures. And they say, it's one of those places, if you want to go hiking on your own, you can. Now, I've been warned, um, like me, I can walk to the trail, um, and make it there. I do need to get some waters though. So, like I said, I'd probably go Saturday because tomorrow I'd go and buy some water, uh, some bottled waters, and pack them up in my backpack. I do have a very nice. My backpack, my survival backpack, is very, very nice. It's very comprehensive. It could be a 1 week to maybe 2 week bag. Uh, it's large. I bought it for my original job here in New Mexico, which is going to be a clinical deployment team. Budget got cut for it, so now I'm back into ambulatory care services, which is just basically primary care medicine, and I enjoy it. I enjoy my patients. They all served our country, so it's really, really nice. I thank each and every one of them, when they come and I have a chance, um, to do just their intake, just their like little interview before uh, they come in, and knowing that each and every patient I have had has served our country in a certain way, even if they didn't go out in combat. You know, it's nice that they gave their time to serve, and that is one big thing that we do celebrate today, is celebrating our freedoms and remember what our forefathers did. If you ever want to really, really watch a great docu-series, like I said, it's a docu-series, so it does show very accurate the events of the Revolutionary War. It is acted out, but I think they did a very good job. The way I could tell, I like catching like Easter eggs. And one of the big ones I catch is when someone was wounded and one of the guys, I don't think it was Sam Adams. I think it was one of the Adams brothers. It was actually, not unless I'm thinking of the wrong person. Um, it was pretty accurate. He was a surgeon. And okay, it was Thomas Kerr, I believe. Um, and but they show all of these. It's called, the docu-series is called Sons of Liberty. It was an excellent one. I wonder if I can get you and find out where it's on. But they show him, and he gets an injured man and starts working on him. But when he puts him up to where he's going to work on him, he puts him on this table. He's going to start working on him because he'd been shot or something, just basically injured. They show his in the background. They show his. It was actually a barber shop, and many people don't know that one fact is that the original surgeons and physicians were the barbers. When you go to a barber shop and you see that little pole outside, if you have a barber, or if they have a drawing of it or a picture frame of it, has that little pole outside. It has the red stripe coming down. That's what it stands for. They used to be the barber, surgeon, the physician, and the reason what the barber pole stands for, and the red line is the red line actually stands for blood. Surgeons were the original phlebotomists, which means, they used to take different uh, substances in the blood, especially the blood they would take out. They would do bloodletting, which is, tapping into the vein, letting out a certain amount of blood to try to let out disease. And they were also the surgeons at the time. And basically, I believed if they drained out the blood, that that disease would go away. And that's how they were the true surgeons back then, um, which is very interesting to see. Just an update on the Hurricane Beryl there. Um, Still at 110 mile per hour winds. I'm sorry I have those updates because I used to live in Florida, and I went through Hurricane Ian, which was 150 to 170 mile per hour winds. So let me look up this. Yes, this was the Sons of Liberty was a very, very well uh, written docu-series and filmed very well. They, were very accurate, and especially, like I said, when I saw that, it was excellent to see that, they presented that on the series. Yeah, it's Sons of Liberty. I'm trying to think of what channel. Ooh, it looks like you can catch the full movie on, no, but that's something different. You can see it on Amazon. Yeah, so it looks like Prime has it. You can even find it on DVD. I enjoyed it. It was it was really, really good. And like I said, it was accurate in the fact that they showed like the surgeon um, in the shop in the background, and it says barber, physician, surgeon. Uh, I had lots of fun enjoying that. So I'm one to catch little Easter eggs like that in the background, and that I always see people that catch more, like in Star Wars movies. I'm surprised at all the stuff people know and catch. I'm a big Star Wars fan, and I see that. I'm jealous when they catch more than me. So um, let's see. And I have like several tabs open on my computer. So I'm saying I wish I had my second screen to be able to have the two open and move some tabs over there. If I could, I would even have it vertical. So the thing is, when I plugged that one into an HDMI splitter, it did not work. So I need to figure out a different plan. So I'm gonna try to buy a different HDMI type splitter or something that takes in everything and put it into one, uh, and then kind of, so I can have the split screen. I think it would be great because I could be filming here, watching all of you here, and then have another one where I can pull up news and different facts for you guys on this side. I think it would be really, really cool. and I'm gonna start working on upgrading this. Here I have a very good monitor that I bought that was brand new. The one over here, I bought it at a Goodwill store. I found it there for very cheap, and uh, I tried to plug it into my computer, and uh, I mean, it's on everything, but it just won't display. I have a HDMI splitter, so because I only have one HDMI port on my computer, so I'm trying to make it work. Um, I just have to, play with it a little more. Um, so, well, looks like we have 9 minutes. I had Lena on here. Lena looks like um, she didn't come back. She was having issues with her phone. And Alice is one of my other regulars. She just had a big hi at the beginning, which I appreciate. Lane is one of a big contributor. Um, so what I will do in about 9 minutes, I'm going to sign off. Just I'd like to remind everybody, um, please, please, please be careful today. I know it's 4th of July and you want, to celebrate, and we can celebrate in many ways, but I want everybody to celebrate safely. Please, if you do have a few drinks, um, and you're going to drive home, don't drink and drive. Please, be responsible and, catch an Uber, catch a cab, or have a designated driver. Anything to make sure my treasures are safe. My treasures are safe. Also, please, enjoy yourselves. Have a good time. Also, if you are using fireworks, take care of yourself. Like I said, they are explosives, but um, they can still be harmful. Um, and I don't want any of my treasures injured. We are going to continue. I'm going to do another quick video after this, and I'm going to talk about the next giveaway so we can move up to, make our next goal. And my channel currently, we're going to continue talking about the 5Ts: transition, triathlon, training, trends, and tips. Also, we are going to, I'm going to do my giveaway once we hit 255. After that, the next big one will be at, uh, let's see, 255 at 510, uh, and then we'll just start doing random ones from time to time on the channel. And hopefully we can get up there, start getting some merch, and just move on. Try to share the channel, leave comments down below. Please subscribe to the channel. Also, like I said, today is our day to remember those that have fought for our freedom. Remember our forefathers. Like I said, if you want to watch a good film or docuseries on the founders of our nation, watch Sons of Liberty. It looks like different streaming apps have it. I apologize. I had a little technical glitch there. I think I don't know what happened. I might have clicked something, but I was able to get back on here. So thank you for watching Jules Treasures, Area 5T1. Always remember the 5Ts: transition, triathlon, training, trends, and tips. Um, like I said, remember everyone deployed today. Um, please remember to go up, and if you see servicemen and women, just walking around. If you see veterans, you'll always, a lot of times you'll recognize them, especially like World War II vets uh, and um, vets from Vietnam will always wear a hat. Uh, to be recognized from that era. It's just tradition. I do work with for veterans. I work at the Department of Veterans Affairs. So please go up and thank them for their service. They did that for all of us. So please, I would do that for them. Also, thank you to all the brave men and women that serve us here locally, including police, fire, and emergency medical services, because they will be the ones to take care of you in case of emergency. Um, and all those that are also working in the emergency room, and even the ones that are all those that give time on these days to go out and deliver food, or just take care of you. Like, it might be your Uber driver that comes and picks you up if you've had too much. We really got to thank all those people. They're essential workers. So let's really thank all those people. Last thing, remember, if you are seeking gender transition, whether it's male to female, female to male, please seek the care from a healthcare professional that does do, their expertise is on gender therapy, and that they help you out by doing the proper testing and giving you the proper medication. Just don't want to end up with medication that's gonna, you're taking too much, not taking enough, and one, it may not be doing enough for you, or doing too much, and can cause severe effects. Thank you, everyone, for watching my channel. Remember, once again, I'm Jules. You are one of my treasures. Please hit a like, subscribe down below, and have a good day.